The first thing I want you to understand is this: you must think big. But what does it mean to think big? It means you must expand your vision beyond your current circumstances. Most people limit themselves by the size of their current problems, their current bank account, or their current situation. They look at where they are and say, this is all I can expect from life. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. Your current situation is not your final destination. When I say think big, I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm talking about possibility. There's a difference between dreaming and visioning. Dreams are things you think about when you're asleep. Visions are things that keep you awake at night with excitement. Big thinking is about seeing beyond what is to what could be. It's about understanding that the same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you that makes the difference. You see, successful people think differently about opportunity. They don't see problems, they see possibilities. They don't see obstacles, they see stepping stones. When most people see a mountain, they see something they can't climb. When successful people see a mountain, they see the view from the top. This is the difference between big thinking and small thinking. But here's what's interesting about big thinking. It doesn't cost you any more to think big than it does to think small. Yet most people choose to think small. Why? Because they've been conditioned to think small. They've been told to be realistic. They've been taught to play it safe. They've been convinced that big dreams are for other people, not for them. Let me share something with you that changed my life. I discovered that poor people have big TVs and small libraries, while rich people have small TVs and big libraries. This isn't about the size of your television or the number of books you own. It's about where you invest your time and attention. It's about what you feed your mind. You see, your mind is like a garden. You can plant flowers or weeds. The choice is yours, but you can't plant nothing. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow automatically. Thinking big requires you to associate with people who think big. If you want to be successful, you must surround yourself with successful people. If you want to think big, you must associate with big thinkers. You become like the people you spend time with. If you're around people who complain, you'll complain. If you're around people who make excuses, you'll make excuses. But if you're around people who think big, solve problems, and take action, you'll start to think and act the same way. Now, while you're thinking big, you must start small. This might sound contradictory, but it's not. Starting small is not about limiting your vision. It's about taking practical steps towards your big vision. Every oak tree started as an acorn. Every great journey began with a single step. Every successful business started with an idea and a first sale. The reason most people fail is not because they don't have big dreams. It's because they don't know how to start small. They want to go from zero to hero overnight. They want to skip the process. They want the benefits without paying the price. But success doesn't work that way. Success is sequential, not simultaneous. Starting small means you begin where you are with what you have right now. You don't wait for perfect conditions because perfect conditions never come. You don't wait until you have enough money because you may never have enough money. You don't wait until you feel ready because you may never feel ready. You start now with what you have where you are. Here's what I've learned about starting small. It's not about the size of your beginning. It's about the consistency of your beginning. A small daily discipline compounded over time creates massive results. But here's the problem: it's easy to do and it's easy not to do. The same actions that will make you successful are the same actions that will make you unsuccessful if you don't do them. Reading 10 pages of a good book is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Going for a 30-minute walk is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Making 5 prospecting calls is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is not the complexity of their activities, it's the consistency of their activities. When you start small, you build momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. A small stream can cut through solid rock if it's persistent enough. A small key can open a massive door if it's the right key. A small beginning can lead to massive results if it's the right beginning followed by consistent action. Starting small also builds confidence. Every small victory gives you the confidence to take the next step. Every small success proves to you that you can do it. Success breeds success, but you must start somewhere. You must take the first step. You must plant the first seed. You must make the first call. You must write the first page. You must save the first dollar. Now, as you think big and start small, you must act like the rich. What does it mean, act like the rich? It means you must adopt the habits, attitudes, and behaviors of successful people. You must understand how rich people think, how they make decisions, and how they handle their time and money. Rich people think long-term. Poor people think short-term. Rich people invest in their future. Poor people spend on their present. Rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. Rich people ask, how can I make money work for me? Poor people ask, how can I work for money? Acting like the rich means you must develop the discipline to do what successful people do. You must learn to delay gratification. You must learn to invest in yourself. You must learn to take calculated risks. You must learn to see failure as feedback, not as defeat. One of the most important things rich people do is they invest in their education. They understand that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. They read books, attend seminars, hire coaches, and constantly upgrade their skills. They understand that success is something you attract by the person you become, not something you pursue. Rich people also understand the power of compound interest. They know that money invested early and left alone will grow exponentially over time. But they also understand that knowledge compounds, relationships compound, and good habits compound. They invest in all these areas consistently over time. Another thing rich people do is they focus on value creation. They don't just think about what they can get, they think about what they can give. They understand that the marketplace rewards value. If you want to increase your income, you must increase your value. If you want to make more money, you must become more valuable. Rich people also understand the importance of multiple streams of income. They don't rely on just one source of income. They diversify their income stream so that if one stream is affected, they have others to fall back on. They understand that job security is an illusion, but skills and multiple income streams provide real security. Acting like the rich also means you must learn to manage your time like a rich person. Time is your most valuable asset. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. Rich people understand this principle and act accordingly. They don't waste time on activities that don't move them toward their goals. They delegate tasks that others can do better or cheaper. They focus on high-value activities that only they can do. The success mindset is not just about positive thinking, it's about productive thinking. It's about thinking in a way that leads to productive action. Your mind is like a powerful computer, but it's only as good as the software you install. If you install poverty software, you'll get poverty results. If you install success software, you'll get success results. The success mindset begins with taking responsibility for your life. You must understand that you are where you are because of who you are. If you want to change your life, you must change yourself. If you want things to get better, you must get better. If you want more, you must become more. Taking responsibility means you stop blaming others for your situation. You stop making excuses. You stop looking for who's at fault and start looking for solutions. You understand that blame and success are opposite streets. You can't travel both streets at the same time. The success mindset also requires you to develop a strong work ethic. Success is not just about working hard, it's about working smart on the right things. But there's no substitute for hard work. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. The harder you work, the luckier you get. But hard work alone is not enough. You must also work smart. This means you must constantly be learning, growing, and improving. You must stay ahead of the curve. You must anticipate changes in your industry and adapt accordingly. You must be willing to do today what others won't do so that you can have tomorrow what others won't have. The success mindset requires you to see failure differently. Most people see failure as the end of the road. Successful people see failure as a stepping stone to success. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Every failure teaches you something valuable if you're willing to learn. You must also develop persistence. Success requires persistence. Most people give up too soon. They quit just before they would have succeeded. They don't understand that success is often just on the other side of failure. They don't realize that every no gets them closer to a yes. Persistence doesn't mean you keep doing the same thing that's not working. Persistence means you keep adjusting your approach until you find what works. It means you don't give up on your goal, but you may change your strategy. It means you're committed to the result, not just the process. The success mindset also requires you to develop a sense of urgency. You must understand that time is passing and it's not coming back. You must understand that someday is not a day of the week. You must understand that if you don't take action now, when will you? If you don't start now, when will you start? But urgency doesn't mean you rush. It means you act with purpose and intention. It means you don't procrastinate. It means you don't wait for perfect conditions. It means you start now and adjust as you go. Developing a success mindset also means you must learn to handle money properly. You must understand that money is a tool, not a goal. Money is a means to an end, not an end in itself. You must learn to respect money but not worship it. You must learn to use money but not let money use you. The way you handle small amounts of money is the way you'll handle large amounts of money. If you can't manage $1,000, you can't manage $1 million. If you can't save $10, you can't save $10,000. Financial discipline is a skill that must be developed over time. You must also learn to think of money as a renewable resource. Most people think of money as scarce. They operate from a scarcity mindset, but money is abundant. There's more money in circulation today than ever before in history. The question is not whether there's enough money. The question is whether you're providing enough value to deserve your share of it. The success mindset requires you to develop confidence, but not arrogance. Confidence comes from competence. The more you know, the more confident you become. The more you can do, the more confident you become. The more problems you can solve, the more confident you become. But confidence must be balanced with humility. You must be confident enough to take action, but humble enough to keep learning. You must be confident enough to lead, but humble enough to follow when necessary. You must be confident enough to teach, but humble enough to be taught. You must also learn to handle criticism and praise equally. Both criticism and praise are just feedback. Neither should make you feel too bad or too good. You must learn to extract the value from both and leave the rest. You must learn to be internally motivated, not externally validated. The success mindset requires you to develop emotional intelligence. You must learn to manage your emotions, not let your emotions manage you. You must learn that your emotions are visitors, they come and go. You don't have to act on every emotion you feel. You can acknowledge the emotion and choose your response. You must also learn to communicate effectively. Success requires you to work with and through other people. You must learn to influence people, not manipulate them. You must learn to inspire people, not intimidate them. You must learn to connect with people, not control them. Effective communication starts with listening. You must learn to listen more than you talk. You must learn to listen to understand, not to respond. You must learn to ask better questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your answers. The success mindset also requires you to develop leadership skills. Leadership is not about having a title or position. Leadership is about influence. You must learn to influence yourself first before you can influence others. You must lead by example. You must become the person you want others to become. Leadership also means you must learn to serve others. The best leaders are servants. They serve their customers, their employees, their communities. They understand that success comes from serving others better than anyone else serves them. You must also learn to build and maintain relationships. Success is rarely a solo journey. You need others to help you achieve your goals. You must learn to network, not just for what you can get, but for what you can give. You must learn to add value to other people's lives. Building relationships requires you to be genuinely interested in other people. You must learn to care about others' success, not just your own. You must learn to celebrate others' victories, not just your own. You must learn to help others get what they want, and you'll get what you want. The success mindset requires you to develop systems and processes. You must learn to systematize your success. You must create systems that work whether you're there or not. You must develop processes that can be repeated and improved upon. Systems thinking means you focus on the process, not just the outcome. You understand that if you improve the process, you'll improve the results. You understand that systems run the business and people run the systems. You understand that success is not an accident, it's a system. You must also learn to leverage your time and resources. Leverage means you disciplines and build up to larger ones. You must learn to keep commitments to yourself. You must learn to follow through on your promises. You must learn to finish what you start. Discipline also means you must learn to say no to good things so you can say yes to great things. You must learn to prioritize. You must learn to focus on what's important, not just what's urgent. You must learn to eliminate distractions and stay focused on your goals. You must also learn to celebrate your victories. Success is a journey, not a destination. You must learn to enjoy the process. You must learn to celebrate small wins along the way. You must learn to acknowledge your progress and appreciate how far you've come. Celebrating victories doesn't mean you become complacent. It means you acknowledge your achievements and use them as fuel for future success. It means you recognize that success is something to be enjoyed, not just endured. The success mindset requires you to develop a sense of purpose. You must understand why you want to be successful. You must have a compelling reason that drives you forward when times get tough. You must have a purpose that's bigger than yourself. Purpose gives meaning to your actions. Purpose gives direction to your efforts. Purpose gives power to your persistence. Without purpose, success becomes empty. Without purpose, achievement becomes meaningless. You must connect your success to something meaningful. Your purpose might be to provide for your family, to serve your community, to solve a problem, or to make a difference in the world. Whatever your purpose is, it must be compelling enough to motivate you to do what others won't do. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to remember this: success is not about where you start, it's about where you finish. It's not about your current circumstances, it's about your future possibilities. It's not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. You have the power to change your life. You have the ability to think bigger thoughts, take smaller steps, and act in ways that attract success. You have everything you need to succeed. You have a mind that can think, hands that can work, and a heart that can care. The question is not whether you can succeed. The question is whether you will succeed. The question is whether you'll develop the success mindset. The question is whether you'll think big, start small, and act like the rich. Your life is waiting. Your success is waiting. Your future is waiting. But they're not waiting forever. Time is passing. Opportunities are disappearing. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for more money. Don't wait for more time. Don't wait for more knowledge. Don't wait for more contacts. Don't wait for more anything. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Think big about your possibilities. Start small with your actions. Act like the rich in your daily decisions. Develop the success mindset that will carry you through challenges and celebrate with you in victories. Remember, you have something special within you. You have the power to succeed. You have the ability to change your life and the lives of others. The choice is yours. The time is now. Your success story is waiting to be written. Make it a good one. Make it a great one. Make it a story that inspires others to think big, start small, and act like the rich. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Make them count.